welcome you to another episode of Salad and Wine. I was going to make a pot salad today because it was very rainy and wet yesterday, but it's sunny today, so I decided to make a lentil lime salad. It's so good. So the first thing first, we are today having Trey from Monterey County Chardonnay. I've never had it before, and I took a quick trip to Rocca's Market and wanted to see something that I haven't had before, and whatever was cold. So, wanted something local because this weekend is passport weekend, but they didn't have anything cold. So I was like, well, Monterey's local enough. So anyhow, and I've done so many of our local wineries already, so we'll see how this one is. If not, I have a really good idea of what I'm going to do with it. So let's see. Okay, that's all right. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make lentil salad. So my recipe calls for 2 cups of lentils. And these lentils actually are kind of cool because you can buy them at Trader Joe's and they're already cooked. So I kind of like that. Makes it quick and easy. I wouldn't do that for lentil soup, but for lentil salad, it's kind of good. Okay, if I can get them in here. Give me a spoon. So, mighty tasty. Okay, 2 cups of lentils. Then what we need to do is we have 3 other ingredients. We have tomatoes and avocado and red onion. So we'll put in, it calls for 1 big tomato, so I'll put in 4 little ones. I like the flavor of these better. Can't wait for garden tomatoes. We should probably plant them soon. So we're just going to throw in 4 of these. And the secret ingredient in this recipe is the lime cilantro dressing. My mother-in-law actually made this for me one day, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So, okay, so we've got 4 tomatoes, and then we're going to use an avocado. This one's the softest, so I'll put this one in. And remember my trick on how to do avocados easy? There's like a little brown spot in there. Let's scoop that out. So what I do is I score the inside and I make a checkerboard. That way it's super easy to chop and scoop out, and then it's already all chopped up for you. Okay, there we go. And what did they do before they had these vegetable sinks? I love my veggie sink. Comes in handy. So, and just for your information, the shedding of the winter coat last week didn't go so well. So we're going to try it again. Too much good stuff. Okay. So we've got 4 little tomatoes, 1 avocado, 1 sip of wine. Now we need a red onion. So this is a pretty small red onion, so I'm just going to use about half of it. Okay, peel off the skin. One thing with work, it's like all about peeling out the layers of the onion, right? Okay. And then I'm just going to chop it up. These stupid onion skin keeps sticking. Okay, just chop it up really fine. The way I like to do it is I like to just make thin slices first. Gotta watch out for these stupid fingernails. Okay. And then just chop it up. I love red onion. I love it with feta cheese. Oh, it's the best. But this recipe, there's no feta. So, okay, that looks pretty good. There. All right. Next, we need to make the dressing. Okay, So the first thing we need to do is squeeze 1 lime. So you remember this like nice little lime squeezer? I love it. So I'm just gonna squeeze the juice of 1 lime for now. And then later on I'm gonna squeeze more because my husband is going to want a margarita. I think. He was in the ER last night. It wasn't good. Had an infection in his arm, possibly from like a spider bite or something. Scared the crap out of me. His arm was all swollen and hot and red, and then he was like dizzy and sweating, and we were at a really nice party. I'm like, I saw this spot of something on his shirt, and it was like a dress shirt. I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's sweat. I'm like, that's not sweat. What did you spill? I thought he spilled something. He's like, no, babe, it's really sweat. It's sweat. And I'm like smelling it, thinking he spilled something. And sure enough, it was sweat. So I had to take him to the ER last night, 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh. Scared the crap out of me. The funny thing is he was so afraid of getting the shot and the blood work, all the needles. He was freaking out. And so I started laughing at him. Kids are not that afraid, but I think he's okay, so that's good. Okay, so I know this is a half a cup, but we're making dressing, and it starts off with a 1/4 cup of olive oil, so I'll just fill this halfway. Okay. And a 1/2 tablespoon of agave nectar. I know this is a tablespoon, but again, I'll just fill it halfway. Scrape it out. I like agave because, as you know, it's low glycemic. I need to get back on that. Being on low glycemic food will help shed the winter coat. Okay. And lastly, we need a bunch of cilantro. So I'm going to take off most of the stems, toss those, and throw in the rest into my blend deck. So funny, last week's show I totally forgot the name of this thing. That tells you I've been in retirement for too long. Okay, and the last 2 things, salt and pepper and red chilies. Okay, I love these crushed red chili flakes, so I buy them in jumbo size. So just shake a bunch of those in. And a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I love sea salt, that's my favorite. And away we go. I think we need more lime. It's not blending correctly. So I'm going to do the juice of 1 more lime. Actually, I like a lot of lime, so I might do 2. The recipe says just 1, but I like to zip things up. That's my big pet peeve, is when salad dressings aren't zippy enough. So we're going to do 2 more limes, okay? It's just too thick in there. I don't think it's going to be good. That's the one thing about your cooking shows. You have the choice that you can zip things up however you want. If anybody has any fun suggestions for different salad recipes or any good combinations of wine, please let me know. I'd love to use your show. Or if anybody wants to be a guest, it would be really fun to have a counterpart in the kitchen with me. And you know who I'm talking to, right, girl? Okay, 2 more limes. Let's see if this mix is better now. Okay, let's see how this turned out. So then we take this entire pitcher, see, nice and green, and pour it over the salad. Oh, that's a lot of dressing. Okay. Next, we're going to toss it up, and this actually makes 4 servings. Okay? So it will go really nicely as a side dish with your dinner. Tonight I'm barbecuing some halibut. Just so you guys know, Poppy's Seafood is now at Rocca's Market. So you can go in and get your really good grass-fed beef as well as your Poppy Seafood. So I got a piece of halibut tonight. Really good. So this is like a little side dish to go with the halibut. So there you go. Very green cilantro lime salad and some Trey Chardonnay. This is Tracy. Bon appetit.